Good evening, everyone. I'd like you to take your seats. We need you all to make that kind of noise tomorrow afternoon. When Campbell has the ball tomorrow afternoon, Coach Huseman would appreciate all that noise that we just had in this room. Right, Coach? Absolutely. Good evening. Wow, what a great group. Obviously, you guys are really fired up. Great group of Spiders that we have tonight. Now your official welcome to our 2023 University of Richmond Athletics Hall of Fame induction ceremony. This is our 46th class. We use terms to describe this class such as trailblazer and hometown hero and record setter, All-American, and national champion. I don't know that you can do any better than that, and this group is about to join an exclusive club, the University of Richmond Athletics Hall of Fame. I think we have a great program for you this evening. You're going to get an opportunity to see and hear from each of our inductees. And again, our reminder, when we're done here, we do have the Spider Day Festival at Millhiser Green. We'll remind you of that before we finish up this evening. And inductees, tomorrow you'll be introduced at halftime of the football game, so we will give you directions on where to meet and when for that introduction tomorrow afternoon as part of our homecoming festivities. For our official welcome tonight, I'd like to bring to the podium from the Spider Athletic Fund our Associate Athletics Director for Development, Brandon Hodgins, to welcome everyone this evening. Brandon.
Good evening. Welcome to the 46th Hall of Fame induction ceremony. It's good to be here tonight with a bunch of Spiders. I feel very blessed to be leading the alumni engagement and philanthropy efforts for the Spider Athletic Fund and the University of Richmond because of the incredible people, and that's you. Early this week, I took a walk to get the kids out of my house to kind of give my wife a break. I have a 15-month-old and a 2-week-old, so you understand why, but I think my wife was more excited that I was not there. But for me being home a lot more. But as we took a walk, I started to dream, what are my kids going to be when they grow up? What are they going to do? And, inductees, as you sit here tonight, there are people in your corner that are here or may not be here with you that had this same dream, that were thinking about what would you be when you get older and when you grow up. Well, you got a University of Richmond degree, and you're stamping your legacy tonight in the Hall of Fame. Now that is incredible. So as you fast forward, and you're in a room full of people that are all rooting for you, that are excited for you. So it's been a long time coming. So I want to acknowledge the people that are in your corner, that loved you, that supported you, whether they are coaches, family, friends, neighbors. Before you could even walk, they've been in your corner and they're still rooting for you, whether they're here or not. Like with any team, this event took many, and it wouldn't be possible without a big group of people. I first want to acknowledge university leadership, President Kevin Halleck and his wife Tina, for your leadership. Our athletic director, John Hart, and his wife, Carole. The University of Richmond's future is very bright because of you. I also want to acknowledge Board of Trustees, faculty, staff. We have coaches in the room, and Hall of Fame committee members. Thank you. And then special shout out to Catherine Bolafont and Bob Black. This event wouldn't be possible without them gathering this group of people and making this event possible. So let's give them a round of applause, please. So again, congratulations to the Hall of Fame inductee members. I'm excited to hear from you tonight. And to now get the program rolling again, we'll bring back up Bob Black. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. Bring the kids with you next year. And the wife, or maybe give the wife the night off and bring the kids with you next year. Those of you that have been coming to this event for many years will notice we made a lot of changes this year. Dinner is a change this season. How we're going to introduce our inductees is a change as well. The weather may have even been a change. It was really nice. I think Mother Nature is a season ticket holder of the Richmond Spiders with the weather that we had, and we know some of you enjoyed the reception outside today, so we'll take that every year as well. There is one tradition, though, that will not change at this event. And before we look ahead and induct this class of Hall of Fame honorees, I want to take a moment to recognize those who are already in our University of Richmond Athletics Hall of Fame. Those Hall of Fame members who are here tonight, please stand and let us acknowledge you. University of Richmond Athletic Hall of Famers. As you could hear from that applause, your efforts are not forgotten. They are even more appreciated now, maybe than they ever have been. So welcome back to all of you as members of the University of Richmond Athletics Hall of Fame. So without any further ado, let's introduce the new members of our University of Richmond Athletics Hall of Fame. For each one, I will ask you to take a look at the video screens in the room before they come up to accept their plaque and give you a few words of wisdom. We start with an outstanding member from our women's swimming and diving team from 2001 to 2005. Please take a look at the video screens and welcome Mary Adams Wilcox.
When the women's swimming and diving dynasty began, Mary Adams was there virtually every stroke of the way, winning Atlantic 10 championships all 4 years. As a freshman, she was A10 Rookie of the Year and First Team All-Conference. She earned A10 Most Outstanding Performer honors as a sophomore and competed at the U.S. Nationals. Another First Team All-A10 accolade came Mary's way as a record-setting junior that included a berth at the NCAA Championship. Mary concluded her career by again being named A10 Most Outstanding Performer as a senior. From women's swimming and diving, Hall of Famer Mary Adams Wilcox.
Good evening, everyone. I first want to express my appreciation to the University of Richmond for this amazing opportunity of being selected for the Hall of Fame. I was so lucky to have a wonderful career here at Richmond, and I'm overwhelmed with gratitude because I didn't get here alone. There are so many people that I owe this special moment to, and without all of you, I would not be standing here today. It is such an honor and privilege to be selected for something so special and memorable. I swam for the University of Richmond from 2001 until 2005. My time at Richmond was nothing short of amazing. And I look back at my time at Richmond and realize how lucky and how fortunate I was to have such a wonderful experience. At the time of swimming at Richmond, I never fully understood or comprehended how my swimming career would become such an amazing and integral part of my life today. It has helped me through my life's challenges, experiences, career, and relationships. Swimming taught me so many things, including commitment, discipline, resilience, perseverance, mental toughness, persistence, and how to work under pressure. Without God, my coaches, teammates, my parents, and the University of Richmond, I would not have been chosen for this award. I chose the University of Richmond for many different reasons, including the academics, beautiful campus, warm atmosphere, small-knit community, and of course, my favorite number one reason, swimming. My parents had me in the pool when I was 2 years old, and I apparently couldn't get enough of it. I swam summer league from the time I was 4 until the time I was 18, and I swam year-round in grade school through high school. It was my goal to one day swim at the collegiate level and make it to the Olympics. I thought I fully understood how much drive and determination you needed as a swimmer when I was in high school, but when I entered my freshman year of college, I learned that swimming was so much more than getting your hand on the wall first. I learned how to cope with failures and setbacks. I learned how to be an effective leader and how to not be an effective leader. I learned how to mentally discipline myself and how to prioritize and manage my time wisely while juggling classes, schoolwork, and other activities. Swimming, like any sport, takes a lot of sacrifice, commitment, and discipline. I quickly learned at Richmond that there is so much more that goes into swimming besides actually swimming in the pool, and I am grateful that my time here at Richmond, my coaches, and teammates taught me that. After competing at the Olympic trials my junior year of high school, I dreamed of competing at the NCAAs in college. I looked at many different schools across the country for swimming, but chose Richmond because of the unity of the team, the coaches, the types of practices, and the atmosphere. I absolutely fell in love with it. I did not believe I had it in me to continue another 4 years of training at the caliber I did in high school. In fact, I was a bit burnt out by the end of my senior year of high school, but things drastically changed my freshman year of college after I met our new head coach. I never thought of swimming as more of a sport to compete in, and I had no idea what was coming for me the next 4 years. Swimming for the University of Richmond for 4 years is one of the most challenging and rewarding things I've ever done in my entire life. Before entering my freshman year at the University of Richmond, I wanted to have a relaxing summer filled with swimming at a lower intensity level to prepare myself for my upcoming freshman year. Unbeknownst to me, Richmond hired one of the most influential, inspiring, and best mentors I've ever known, Matt Kredich. I didn't know that then, but we as a team soon found out how much one coach can inspire you to do things you never thought possible and push you to limits you never thought existed. Matt first sent us an email in the summer of 2001 before entering my freshman year, and I thought, this guy is crazy. And his goals seem so unrealistic. I soon found out entering my freshman year how much Matt Kredich, Mark Soa, our assistant coach, and Jay DeMeo, our strength and conditioning coach, and my teammates would not only teach me about swimming, but life, and mentally prepare me for the upcoming seasons. Practices were hard, intense, and grueling at times. From dry land workouts to getting up at 5 a.m. to be in the water at 5:30 for a 2-hour practice twice a day, to weight training, to training trips in Florida during Christmas break, we were doing 3 practices a day, spending time in the sunshine on the beach doing dry land workouts in front of all the vacationers. It was very memorable. Matt would always start a practice with the saying, "We've got a lot to do today," and this became the most dreadful saying on the pool deck because we knew practices were going to be hard, but we grew to love it. Our team questioned our coaches a lot about our time in the pool, our hard workouts, and the sheer intensity of the program. But all of this taught us to be resilient, be part of something bigger than yourself, using your mind over your body, how to work under pressure, and how you lose is just as important as how you win. We soon learned to trust our coaches and understood that his goals were not unrealistic. We just had to believe in ourselves. Before swim meets, our coaches would mentally prepare us through meditation, envisioning our races, and putting ourselves in our moment of success. We were taught as a team to remind each other of why we love Richmond because of the great attributes of the school, people we go to school with, and things that we can do to reaffirm our connection to this incredible university. During my time at Richmond, our team won the Atlantic 10 championships 4 years in a row, and I was able to compete at the NCAAs my junior and senior years. This was all because of our great coaching staff that instilled in us how to gain a champion's mindset and how to change your attitude and behavior in order to take your performances to the next level. Over the years, swimming taught me that it wasn't about the performance, it was about the bigger picture. All of my coaches and teammates would always encourage and love me no matter what or how I performed in the pool. Swimming taught us the value of trust and being able to trust myself to make the decision that ultimately gave me ownership over my own swimming, including how to have fun in the water. I was a very serious athlete, and to look at it with this perspective was life-changing for me during my time at the University of Richmond. This brought so much passion and joy to the sport that kept me chasing after my goals. Swimming to me has ultimately given me so many lessons. It has brought together so many different things, including making friends that last a lifetime, competing in different pools across the country, and that it wasn't about getting my hand on the wall first, but bringing the team together as one. I'm so honored to be here tonight to witness the beauty and joy that everyone shares for their sport. It's hard work, and thank you to all that brought me here today. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Mary. When we say the word dynasty around here, we're talking about Mary's class from swimming. She mentioned they won 4 straight Atlantic 10 championship. That number increased to 8 consecutive Atlantic 10 titles, and 15 of 16 the women's swimming won started with Mary Adams Wilcox class. Pretty impressive. Congrats, Mary. On to our next inductee. Yeah, give her another round of applause. Next up, we're bringing them back home from men's basketball from 2009 to 2013. Again, take a look at the video screens. Here's more on Darien Brothers.
A homegrown, hometown favorite, Darien Brothers made himself right at home in the Spider record book. A 3-year starter and leading scorer his junior and senior seasons, his career included 2 NCAA tournaments, a Sweet 16, and a program record 29 wins his sophomore year. As a senior captain, Darien earned all A10 honors, finishing with 1,274 points. His 205 career three-pointers are 9th on the Spiders' all-time list. He tied a team record with 8 three-pointers versus Charlotte as a senior in a 39-point performance. And at the free throw line, his 89% accuracy as a junior is a single-season school record, as is his career 84% mark. From men's basketball, Hall of Famer Darien Brothers.
All right. Good evening, Spider Nation, fellow honorees and guests. Where do I begin? First and foremost, I'm deeply humbled and grateful to be standing in front of you all this evening. It's an honor and blessing being inducted to the University of Richmond Hall of Fame, along with the greats before me, who some are here tonight. This institution has not only been the foundation of my education, but also one of the cornerstones of my personal and professional growth. The support and guidance of the faculty, my coaches, who are some in attendance today, has been instrumental in shaping my character and skills over the years. Growing up in a military family, it was a transformative experience. It instilled in me a unique sense of discipline, resilience, and adaptability from a young age. The frequent relocations and ever-changing environments, it taught me the importance of flexibility, the ability to make new friends quickly. Above all, being raised in a military family, it taught me the profound value of service, sacrifice, and commitment of a greater purpose, which has influenced the person I've become today. Basketball has become a prominent and defining aspect of my life from a remarkably young age. From playing in the Netherlands and Belgium, this stage not only shaped my love for the game and also broadened my horizons, but it taught me the value of sports as a unifying force. After years of constant relocation across various cities in Europe, it's hard not reading on a piece of paper. After years of constant relocation across various cities in Europe, we settled back in Richmond, Virginia, which became the central hub of our lives. Settling here provided me with a sense of continuity and not just a place on the map. It was a place I could finally call home, a place where I could put down roots and establish lasting connections. Richmond has become the stomping ground for my personal and professional growth, and it is here that I've found the ideal balance between my passion for basketball and nurturing environment that has allowed me to thrive. With that being said, I want to recognize my family who is in attendance today. To my mom and dad, Wade and Shelly, thank you for your endless devotion and for always pushing me to be the best that I can be. Your support and belief in me, even during our years of relocation, were the pillars of my strength. You taught me the values of hard work, determination, and the importance of pursuing my dreams. Your sacrifices and encouragement are the cornerstones of my success. You've not only been the biggest fans, but also my role models, and I'm eternally grateful for the love and guidance you've provided throughout my life's journey. Corey, my brother, he's my best friend. You've been with me every step of the way. For those of you who may not know, he's practically part of the team. When I was here, he used to come to practices, pickups in the summer before my freshman year. He used to come to the dining hall with me, hang out on campus, whenever he would get out of school. You've been a source of strength and inspiration through my journey, from the countless hours of practicing together on the court to the moments when you encouraged me to keep pushing when the going got tough. We did it for each other. Your shared dreams have made this achievement even more special. I'm incredibly fortunate to have you as my brother and deeply grateful for the bond we share. Another thing, my aunt and uncle who are in the back as well, Quentin and Tina. College was the fastest 4 years of my life. We used to talk about that all the time before I got to school here. I want to express my deep appreciation for you both. You guys never missed a game. You traveled countless hours to watch me play no matter the distance, whether it was a trip to Florida or a trip to Rhode Island for the NCAA tournament. It was nothing short of extraordinary. Their presence in the stands cheering me on served as a constant reminder that I was never alone in this journey, and I'm truly grateful. I also want to say how grateful I am for my grandparents who are in attendance as well. Just being here is a special moment that I can share with you guys, so I appreciate you guys for coming as well. Coach Mooney, you've been nothing short of amazing in shaping not only my basketball skills, but the man I am today. Our journey began when I was a sophomore in high school. From the moment your mentorship and guidance has been instrumental in my development. Beyond the court, you prepared me for life. After basketball, instilling in me invaluable lessons in perseverance, discipline, and leadership. Our relationship extends far beyond the typical player-coach dynamic. Your belief in me and my potential has pushed me to achieve more than I ever thought possible. So I'm grateful for the role that you've played in my life. My journey through college basketball may have been a significant chapter in my life, but it was the love and support of my family that has truly defined my success and happiness. To my incredible wife, Erica, whom I had the privilege of meeting here as well, who was a former University of Richmond lacrosse star. My kids, my wonderful children, Rocco and London, your presence in my life has been extraordinary and a blessing. Your love and encouragement has been the driving force behind my journey, making every success sweeter and every challenge more manageable. Rocco and London, your laughter and boundless energy has filled my life with immeasurable joy, reminding me that the true treasures in the life extend far beyond the basketball court. I can't thank you guys enough. As you guys can see, the theme of support runs heavily in my family. I want to shout out my mother-in-law who came, my father-in-law, my aunt and uncles who took the time out of their busy schedules to fly down and celebrate this special moment with me. I'm extremely grateful. Like I said, I have a ton of people in the stands. To close off, I want to extend an appreciation to all the coaches, teammates, friends, mentors who have been a part of my life's journey. This honor is a testament for the collective effort and support of countless individuals who have touched my life. Thank you, University of Richmond, for this incredible recognition. I'm proud to be a part of this esteemed Hall of Fame, and I will carry this distinction with the utmost pride and responsibility. The moment will forever remain etched in my heart, reminding me of the immense gratitude I feel toward the institution, my family, and the loved ones. Thank you all for being here. Roll Spides.
So now I know why the other day Catherine was panicking and saying, we need to add more tables. We need to add more tables. I was like, why do we need to add more tables? Now we know why we needed more tables. Darian brought everybody, which is a wonderful thing. And, there are certain indelible moments, and as fans, I think you all remember them, that didn't make the video, and Darian didn't touch on because he's too modest. But the three-pointer he hit as a senior against that school down the road a little piece that sent us to overtime, and to beat them, one of those indelible moments, iconic moments, loudest moments in the Robbins Center. So Congratulations, Darian, to you and all of your family that are here tonight. Our next inductee was actually a two-sport standout, both excelling in football and in track and field from 1970 to 1973. Please take a look at the highlights of Weldon Edwards.
Embracing a trailblazing role, Weldon Edwards was the first black football player at the University of Richmond. He endured 2 major injuries, but forever left his mark. He scored 2 touchdowns in the 1972 season opener against North Carolina, but the following week, he suffered a major knee injury against West Virginia, prematurely ending his season. Despite the knee injuries, Weldon played in 30 games and later became an assistant football coach. He also ran track, winning the 1972 Southern Conference indoor 60-yard dash. In February 2022, he was recognized by the Virginia General Assembly as a student athlete who paved the way for other African American athletes and students. Representing football and track and field, Hall of Famer Weldon Edwards.
Got it?
Yeah. As you can see, I'm not as fast as I used to be. You know, as I stand here and I look out amongst the people that are here, I see a lot of my friends, colleagues, family, associates, mentors, people that have been a very, very important a part of my life and how I got to this point. I know it's been many years before I achieved this Hall of Fame honor, but I'm very, very, very appreciative of it. I am so overwhelmed that you would not believe it. When Bob Black called me and told me, he said, "Weldon, got some news for you. You're going to be inducted to the University of Richmond Hall of Fame." Phone got quiet for a minute, and then I said to myself, wow, what an honor. I remember when I first came to the University of Richmond in 1970. I walked on this campus, not realizing that I was leaving the inner city and coming to a school such as the University of Richmond. My first encounter was rough. And when I say rough, it was real rough. I didn't realize I was the only black student on the football team or the only black football player in my class. And Coach was giving roommates out. My first roommate decided that he didn't want to room with me because I was black. His parents said if I have, or their son had to room with Weldon Edwards, they were going to take him out of the school. My coach, Jim Tate, came over to me, and he actually told me what the situation was and that he had another player on the team that would be my roommate. From that point on, it was an uphill battle. I started out in the inner city of Richmond, sports, playing sandlot, parking lots, walking in 4-5 miles to a practice field to play football. Mentor Cliff Howlett, Lewis Evans, taking me to track meets during the summer. Eventually, I won a trip to go to the Junior Olympics in San Diego, California. When I went to San Diego, California, that's when I realized really how great an athlete I really was. I participated there, and I started getting scholarship offers from schools all over the country, from the West Coast, North, South. I mean, letters was coming to my house left and right. I ran in a track meet, which was the regional track meet, which was called the Capital District Track Meet back then. One of the football coaches here was in the stands looking at another athlete. He wasn't even looking at me. And my mentor, Lewis Evans, said that the guy they were looking at, he wasn't going to win the race that I was. He said, look at that guy. Coach had never heard of Weldon Edwards before. I won the race. I started getting calls from the University of Richmond. My mother, who was a bartender at the Rotunda Club at the Jefferson Hotel, was getting her ear buzzed. Can you get your son to go to the University of Richmond? Can you get your son to go to the University of Richmond? And every time somebody would tell her that, my mom would come and tell me, say, Weldon, or Ronnie, that's what they used to call me, Ronnie, I want you to stay home. I don't want you to go nowhere. And at that time, you know, I didn't realize that what she was saying was going to lead to this point today. Now, I participated in football and I also ran track. I was actually on a football scholarship. Coach Tate, who was the football coach, only allowed me to run track when I wasn't practicing football. I would go practice a day, then I'd go back to football practice. Coach Hardy, who was a track coach here, Fred Hardy, would say, well, Coach, can you get Weldon out here to run track? Weldon on a football scholarship. But Weldon is the fastest student in the school. I know it, but Weldon on a football scholarship. We'll loan him to you when we can, when we wasn't practicing football. So every time they would have a meet, I'd run in the meet. Back to football practice. Had an indoor track meet, which was the Colonial Athletic District, I believe, back then. And we were indoors, and I won the 60-yard dash championship for the Southern Conference. It was Southern Conference championship. Went to Detroit, Michigan, and ran in that meet there. Came back home, played a little football. Freshman year, freshmen couldn't play. So we had to play a freshman schedule. First year of my sophomore year, I was the starting running back. We went to North Carolina. We weren't supposed to compete with North Carolina at that time, but we gave them hell. I had one of the greatest games that a Spider athlete could have had. Scored 2 touchdowns, long touchdowns. Had a third one called back. Following week, we go to West Virginia, Morgantown, West Virginia, down in the valley. Loudest stadium probably that you ever want to hear. They ran the same play that they ran against North Carolina. Lo and behold, I destroyed my knee. Out for the rest of the year. Come back the following year, I actually had to stop going to classes my second semester of college. So I really didn't come back to school till the following year. So I actually missed a year out of school because of a major knee injury. But I worked hard, very hard, to get myself back in the best shape possible to be able to play football again. My head coach, he actually didn't want me to play running back anymore because it was a major knee injury. So he changed me over to the defensive side of the ball. played defense, and every time I see those running backs on my team running the ball, I had this urge, I want to be an offensive back. Following year, switched me back to offense. Played a few games, switched me back to defense. So I was on a pogo stick going back from offense to defense. But to really tell you the truth though, this experience that I have and have had at the University of Richmond, I would not change for anything in the world. It's made me the person I am today, gave me a lot of positive incentives because I never thought that, this day would come. And I'm very, very proud to be here. Now, I do want to acknowledge a few people here. I can't name everybody because quite a few people are here. So everybody that's here for Weldon Edwards, please stand. As you can see, there are quite a few people in the crowd. John Avoli, House of Representative from Stanton, Virginia, was the gentleman that got me honored at the General Assembly back in February 2022, I apologize. That's a long time ago. I'm not that old. 2022. I have a resolution at the General Assembly, resolution number 175. If you want to go to the state capitol, you will see it there. Coach Huseman and his staff had me come in and talk to his students. August, they actually did a 3-day weekend for me where I came in, I spoke to his kids, and I really, really appreciate that, Coach. My track coach, Howard Hopkins, my football coach, Bob Booker, and Coach Hopkins, they were my mentors back when I was in high school. Then I look around and I look at some of the older, when I say older, older guys in this crowd, We got a table over there, we call ourselves the Legends of Richmond. Got a table right here in the middle of a few of my former players who also have been inducted into the Hall of Fame. That's Barty Smith and Pat Kelly. And my family, which is this table here, my wife, Quincy, brother-in-law, my son, a few of my close associates. As you can see, I'm well represented. My wife's family, the Taylors, Miss Patricia Jones, who we call Patty, my high school nemesis, Robert Jones. Stand up, Robert. Now see this guy right here? That's the man right there that made me the speech that I am. I could never beat him. Then one day I said, I'm not gonna let him beat me anymore. But as I stand here, I know that this occasion is for a person that's been honored, and the University of Richmond has been great for Weldon Edwards. It's made me the person that I am today, and like I said, I would never, ever, ever, ever change this for anything in the world. So I give my own self props from coming where I came from to where I am today.
Yes, really well said. All right, so we squeezed in a few tables for Weldon's family also. And now you know why we call him a trailblazer. Congratulations again, Weldon. Back to the basketball court for our next inductee. She was part of one of the most successful eras of Richmond women's basketball that we have had here at UR. She played with us from 1988 to 1992. Take a look at the screens. Women's basketball standout, Julie Jones-Vinik.
A four-year starter, Julie Jones trained a school record 309 career three-pointers. She still holds the top 3 single-season marks for three-pointers made. Julie was all-rookie team as a freshman and all-tournament team as a senior co-captain, completing her career with 1,521 points, currently 8th on Richmond's all-time list. At the conclusion of her senior season, she was one of 8 players selected to compete in the first-ever national women's three-point shooting contest. The Spiders were 94-29 during her 4 seasons, with 2 CAA tournament titles, 2 NCAA tournaments, and 1 NIT appearance. From Women's Basketball Hall of Famer, Julie Jones-Vinik.
Congratulations, Chase.
Thank you. Thank you. I was hoping I wouldn't have to use these, but I'm going to have to. First, I'd like to congratulate all of tonight's inductees. It's an honor to be here. I'm humbled to be part of such an amazing group of athletes. I would like to thank the Hall of Fame Committee, and a special thank you to fellow Hall of Famer Greg Beckwith for all your efforts in advocating for me. I greatly appreciate it. For those of you who don't know, Greg and I are from the same hometown and the same high school. He graduated the same year as my brother Scott, who also is here tonight with some of his family. They traveled from the Seattle area to support me tonight, and I'm truly grateful for them. While growing up, I remember watching Greg play basketball, and now here we are, both members of UR's Hall of Fame. Pretty incredible for a couple of Laurel Highlands High School graduates from a small town of Uniontown in western Pennsylvania. Secondly, I know this is an individual award, but it truly would not have been possible without my incredible teammates and coaches. Also, I'd like to thank the athletic training staff for keeping me healthy enough to never miss a start. I was very lucky in my playing career to never have anything more serious than a few stoved fingers and a sprained ankle. Playing on a team with 2 other Richmond Hall of Fame members, my point guard for 2 years, Pam Bryant, and my sharpshooting partner and senior co-captain, Jenny Doyle, along with many other really talented teammates, it was quite easy for me to be successful here. Other great players I had the honor and pleasure of playing with were Beth Babbitt, Beth Spence, Ginny Norton, Amy Mallon, Ellen Bartuska, Christy Sipple, Julie Sherbensky, Ina Nicosia, Heidi Babb, the Barnes twins, among others. Hearing about our overall 4-year record, win-loss record, really makes me feel great pride in our accomplishments. It wasn't easy. It was through a lot of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears that our WNIT bid in 1989 and our back-to-back CA championships and NCAA bids in 1990 and 91 were achieved. It's hard for me to believe that that was over 30 years ago. Many of those great memories seem like just yesterday. However, every morning my knees crack and my back aches, and the other stiff joints remind me it was actually a really long time ago. Thirdly, I'd like to thank my family who was able to travel here and help me celebrate this weekend. I would have never made it here today without the unwavering support of my parents. They only missed a handful of games of the 123 that I played in. They traveled all over the country to support me and my teammates. I'm so happy that my mom is here tonight to celebrate with me. Thank you for everything you've done for me over the years. Her brownies and pepperoni rolls were always greatly appreciated by all of the team on our bus trips home from away games. A special thank you to my husband, Jerome, who has been on this journey with me since my freshman year here at UR. You helped me through some tough times and helped me celebrate the great times. I wouldn't be here tonight without both of your love and support. Sadly, my dad passed away almost 13 years ago. He would have been the happiest and proudest guy in the room. But I know that he and Ginny are looking down on us tonight. Lastly, I started playing organized basketball in about 4th grade in the church league at our local YMCA. It didn't take me long to fall in love with the game. As I continued playing, I realized I was never the best athlete on the court. I wasn't very fast or quick. I was far from a defensive stopper.
and I'm pretty sure my vertical leap was just slightly above 0. So being here tonight proves that fathers really do know best. I remember something that my dad told me very early on in my playing days. He said, "Jay, the name of the game is to put the ball through the hoop. If you can do that, they'll always find a place for you on the team." So I practiced my shooting, and it became my thing, especially from long range. I was always very comfortable shooting from behind the arc, even long before the three-pointer even existed. The three-point line was first implemented during my senior season in high school and was really not part of our offensive strategy until many games into my freshman year here. It took some real convincing to persuade my defensive-minded coach, Stephanie Gately, to let me shoot threes during our games. Eventually, the coaches bought in and allowed me to shoot from long range. And our Robins Center announcer created my mantra, JJ for 3, whenever I would make a three-point shot during a home game, and this would become my license plate that I still have today. I'm sure some students at UR during my playing days never knew my real name. I'd like to thank all my coaches at Richmond for finding a place for me on the team here. I'd like to express my immense gratitude to the committee for also finding a place for me on U of R's Hall of Fame team. I'm incredibly humbled and appreciative of this honor. Thank you very much, and go Spiders.
Congrats again, JJ. I tell you, she was taking a tour of the Robins Center this morning, and I saw her from across the court, and I just had flashbacks. She looked like she could still drain them from the three. I know you got aches and pains, but I was ready for you to get out there and swish a couple. And I will also tell you this, everything she said about Greg Beckwith's support, I can guarantee you is true, because most of you know he and I travel together with the men's basketball team. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to talk about why Darian Brothers was doing something on the court, or why Coach Mooney was making a certain move, and Beck would say, "About Julie Jones again, Bob. Let me tell you, in Uniontown, here's what she did, and at Richmond." So there's some truth to that as well. So no one's happier that you're in now than Greg and me for future road trips. All right, our last inductee to our 2023 class of Hall of Fame inductees. Obviously, he and his teammates gave us a memory of a lifetime back in 2008. Representing our Spider football program from 2005 to that national championship season in 2008. Take a look back at Lawrence Sidbury Jr.
All-American Lawrence Sidbury Jr. capped his career with the Spiders' first national championship, highlighted by his dominating 4 quarterback sacks and MVP award in the title game. He twice earned first-team All-CAA honors and was first-team All-State as a junior. He played all 16 games as a senior and led the CAA with 20 tackles for loss and 11.5 quarterback sacks, the third most in a Richmond single season. He finished his career with 20.5 quarterback sacks, currently 5th on the Spiders' all-time list. Lawrence earned invites to the East-West Shrine Game, Senior Bowl, and NFL Scouting Combine. He was selected in the 4th round of the 2009 NFL Draft by Atlanta, playing for the Falcons from 2009 to 2012. Representing football, Hall of Famer Lawrence Sidbury Jr.
Got it?
Thank you. All right, so we got Jasmine Coleman and Byron 3. They already placed some bets on how soon I'm going to cry. I already cried, so y'all can go ahead and get out the way. All right, man. First of all, thank y'all for that picture of my father messed me up a little bit. This week was a little bit of a weird week. Actually, I was in Atlanta, and we had a community event, and I got to spend some time with Brian Jordan, and he gave me a little bit of advice on how to do this, and he told me just to take my time, talk slow, and just enjoy the moment. And then I actually made friends with somebody from William and Mary. How'd that happen? I don't know. It's just crazy. I don't know if you guys know. We were undefeated against William and Mary, but I actually made friends with Adrian Tracy. It was like my nemesis at the time. I don't know how that happened, but it did. I want to first say thank y'all for this, thinking enough of me to induct me into the Schools Hall of Fame, and congratulations to the rest of the inductees. I kind of struggle with basking in the moment because I'm always on go, kind of always thinking about the next thing. And up until just now, it really hasn't hit me about what's really happening. And again, I just want to thank y'all for not only thanking me, highly as a player, but as a person. I've been getting so many text messages and phone calls this week from my teammates, not really focusing on what I did as a player, but how I affected them as a person. And everybody been trying to make me cry all week, man. They've been trying to make me cry all week. And and a couple of them they did. And some of the messages were really heartfelt. And I'm gonna start with all the thank yous. First and foremost, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's first and foremost. I want to thank my mom and my dad. And all my family and friends that's in attendance. You have people come from Atlanta, Georgia, all the way from New Orleans, Louisiana, to come support me. And people that know me, I don't really do in between. It's either I don't talk to you or I love you as a friend. And I appreciate all of y'all that took the time to come, just to celebrate me. All my coaches, we're gonna start from the beginning. We got one of my high school coaches here. Remember when I was 14 years old, he's always sitting in the back, doesn't like recognition, but Coach Joe, you're gonna get it today. So Coach Joe Neering, he's back there in the red. Every extra workout, every time you made me run those 800s after, on the weekends, or when I came back from college, driving me up to Penn State to go to camps, every camp you took me to, I really appreciate it. One of my high school coaches is no longer here with me right now. His name's John England. John England I went to Oxon Hill High School, atypical, nothing like University of Richmond, urban school, probably similar to your experience. But he went to the school and he was a father to a lot of my teammates who didn't have dads. Had the biggest heart. Again, drove me to so many camps and taught me a lot about life, and was the first person to really put effort into me to really help me get to college. As a matter of fact, indirectly, he helped me get here because I went to a camp at University of Virginia, and that's why I met Coach Reed. And through going to that camp, meeting Coach Reed is how I ended up here. So I want to thank you to Coach Reed. I want to say thank you to Coach Bill Durkin, Coach Dave Clausen, Coach Huseman, sitting right there. A little bit different, we similar in a lot of ways. That's a fiery guy, as I'm sure y'all know. And some of it rubbed off on me. And I appreciate it because it helped me become the player I am today. We used to have this thing. He used to y'all know how he gets. He start growling you get that mean face, and I make it right back at him. But not being a rebellious player, but we just shared that same intensity when we went out on the field. Coach Dave Legg, Coach Mike London, dang, all these coaches, they working right now, but I wish they could be here. Coach London, I think he came at the right time. I think with Coach Clausen, he taught us more so the business approach to the game. Kind of that, you know, everyone's treated fairly, but everyone's not treated the same. That you had to earn what you got, and actually, I learned to appreciate it more as I became a professional. And Coach London came and put the family approach on us, and allowed us to love on each other, to trust each other, depend on each other, and create a much more family atmosphere. And I think that was what we needed to take the next step to get to the national championship. So I'm forever grateful for all you guys. Coach Dave Legg, Coach Brandon Horgan, who's, man, that's my guy. Coach Horgan, I'm gonna say probably one of the people that's most solely responsible for the success that you guys saw. He was a madman. He took his time with each person and brought the best out of you athletically, in the weight room, on the field. He's like a mad scientist, and we still got a friendship now. He's moved on to Vanderbilt University. I still drive from Atlanta to go see him in Nashville to this day. He's like family. Invites me to his house still, and forever grateful for Coach Horgan. All right, who else I got here? Coach Hansen. Coach Hansen, probably one of the most misunderstood people on campus. But I'm gonna tell you why though. He's so passionate and he cares so much that it can be misinterpreted. And you know, man, stood on the table for me when other people weren't. Pushed me to perfection each and every day. Kind of a bit much, but I appreciated it. But that level, you know, just trying to be great each and every practice, each game, you know, from every step, every technique to be perfect every day is something that fueled me every day in practice and in the games, and part of the reason why you guys see me play so hard on the field. Bruce Matthews. Bruce there? Bruce. It helped me navigate that computer science degree. That was tough. I think I was the first person. I think I was the first person to do it. He was like, "You sure you want to do that?" And he told me not to say this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I want to say thank you to Heather Murphy. He told me to leave her off. I'm gonna say thank you because when I got here, I probably was, let's say, the student they probably worried about the most academically because of the school I came from. But I was the smartest person that came in, and she actually kind of tried to discourage me from doing it. But you know, I'm just a fan of doing the things that people say you can't do. So she kind of pushed me, and Bruce helped me out, and Maria Hickman, they pushed me to be the best student I can be and really do something that no one had ever done. And I appreciate you guys for that. Dr. Babb for electing me to the Student Athletic Council. Jasmine Coleman. Man, thank you for being a big brother I didn't have, you know, for talking with me for times when things weren't going great, and also helped me to navigate the success I was having, and helped me become the smooth talker that I am today. We know you can sell water to a well, big dog. All right, Byron 3, get your tissue ready. BT. Now, our relationship kind of blended the lines of coach and brother, man. He came in as a young coach and put his arms around me and really was instrumental in allowing me to relax a little bit, and was instrumental in helping me become a pro, to see the game not as a college kid, but because he had been at that level, to see it as a professional. And we ain't gonna tell every story, but man, I love you and I appreciate you, and thank you for being there for me for day one. I appreciate it. All right, let's see. Mark Megna. When I first got to school, I kept hearing about this Mark Megna. I'm like, who is this Mark Megna guy? you know, just the lore of Mark Magnus still reigns on campus. And he actually came to speak to us one time, and he said something in our position meeting that I never forgot. He always said, "Let your actions speak so loudly that no one can hear what you say." I was 18. I'm 37 now, and we've actually become friends. We played Miami a lot for some reason when I was in Atlanta. He used to come to every game. We talk. Even today, we go back and forth and we talk, and he gives me advice. And he's like my biggest cheerleader. And I just want to thank Mark for that. Most times when you hear speeches or people getting honored, you wonder what makes them who they are. And this is gonna sound funny, but losing made me who I am. To the fact that when I was in high school, I played varsity 3 years. We went 1-9 3 years in a row. Man, I was so sick of losing when I got here. And Chris, I told you I was coming your way. My best friend from high school was in the back. And I'm gonna tell you what kind of friend he is. We would come in the next day, you know, Monday for school. He said, "Hey man, how much y'all lose by?" That's my friend. He said, "How much y'all lose by?" And cause we were bad news bears to the fullest. But when I got here, I knew that I didn't want to be a part of that. And the class that I came in with in 2004, it was in my room. Me and Tim were roommates. I don't know if you remember this. We all went in the room and we kind of just said, I saw some of those same things at the time, and we just kind of made a pact that we were gonna come together and we were gonna change this program forever. And I think we did that. First lessons I got, my dad, be your own man and never be a follower. And my mom's, you can be whatever you want to be. And it's something that I carry with me all the time. She never knew I'd be a football player. In fact, she didn't want me to play. She threatened me with not letting me play if I got a C on my report card, which pushed me to be a student. But she never knew that I earned a scholarship to the University of Richmond, never knew that I'd make it to the NFL, and never knew that I'd be a Hall of Famer. And I say that to say that you really never know what God has for you. But I'm gonna tell you that He has something for everybody in this room. But you just gotta put Him first. You gotta walk in it 100%, don't doubt, never doubt. Be obedient, keep going no matter what comes your way, and the harvest on the other side is great. So I like giving people their flowers, so I'm gonna say thank you to my teammates. Jordan Anderson for your unwavering love and support since day one. John Crone for pushing me each and every day in the weight room. Joe Stewart for friendship and brotherhood that transcended color. Armand Shields and Sherman Logan for being my host, actually bringing me to the school. Let me start with Sherman real quick. Before it was a Lawrence Sidbury, there was a Sherman Logan. That's my brother. And unfortunately, a lot of injuries derailed his greatness, but he and I had a best friends, but had a competition amongst us that it was healthy. But we pushed each other each and every day. And I'm saying this, I want these people to see this because it's on film, man. I love that man, and I appreciate him. That's my guy. Thank you. Lamont Jones for taking me under your wing as a freshman, and still today in business. Stacy Tutt, fellow Hall of Famer Stacy Tutt. Stacy started something, and I told him I was going to do this, but I remember after my sophomore year, after Stacy was finished, at the time I think he had 3 workouts, 3 individual NFL team workouts out at Robert Stadium, and it was pouring down raining, and I was like, Stace, man, can I come out and watch it? He's like, sure. So the scout, him, and I watched them work out at probably 3 or 4 different positions in one workout. I can't remember what team it was. They worked them out as safety, running back, receiver, everything. And I think that day, man, you lit a fire in me that, obviously I'm done now, but you lit a fire in me at this school that it just stayed lit, and it just pushed me to the next level. And I appreciate you for that, bro. T-High. 22, Deuce. Tim Hightower. Tim and I were the last two people to sign in our class. We had mutual friends, and before we got to the University of Richmond, it was evident that was my brother. I used to go to work in the summer, leave work, drive to go pick him up. We work out, go to the weight room and lift, because you don't even know this. The program that we got. We go train for 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours every day, go run every day. I'll take him home and I would go back home. And we did this every single day until we got to school. And then when we got here, we were roommates. And we used to watch this back when the TVs had the booty on them still, the old TVs. And they used to have this program, this ACC program they used to come on, and we would see all our friends, that we in the area that we went to school with at these schools, and kind of feel like we got overlooked. And man, we used to, letting the secrets out now, we used to get up in the middle of the night all the time, 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and get up and go run all the steps in the Robbins Center. We used to get up and go to the track and run, work on our flexibility. This guy had me eating greens before being healthy was possible. Was thought of. And we did that constantly, for years, man. We started together. We ended up, accomplishing our goal. And I think you said this when you got inducted, but man, he put this check on the wall and said it would be his NFL check, and it had his signing bonus. And I'm thinking, man, this dude tripping, man. We ain't not going to NFL from Richmond, but words are powerful, and he spoke it, and we worked like madmen, and we ended up accomplishing the goal, and we did it together, man. I love you for life, bro. The road to Chattanooga, everyone likes to talk about that. I think that's the moment everyone remembers me most for. And I think it's one of those experiences that I'm never, ever going to forget. Forget everything I've done as a professional. That moment, I'm sure, is something that's, it's a topic of conversation when everyone talks about that team. And I couldn't have been more happier to share that moment with all you guys, to make you guys proud. I didn't think I was gonna wake up to get 4 sacks that day. I don't know what I was on that day. But that team, every single teammate was special. That road came with a lot of adversity. We lost probably a few more games that we shouldn't have lost. The games we won, we weren't winning them convincingly. Despite leading the nation in turnovers, we just couldn't get right for some reason. But it's just the ultimate story of resiliency and brotherhood and really faith and teamwork and coming together and doing something that we didn't think it was possible. And now I'm really gonna take that moment with me for the rest of my life. I'm appreciative of that moment because I remember when I first got here, sitting in front of Freeman Hall with this school, being a culture shock. Coming from a school where there was all black kids in the class, and the first day, I'm the only black kid in class. I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. My mom probably remember, like, man, I don't know if I could do this. But like I said, my guys, they wrapped their arms around me, and today, I'm so grateful for this school, and it's become a place that I hold near and dear to my heart because it's made me a more well-rounded man, a more cultured person, a more studied person, and a more complete individual. So once again, I'm honored that you guys think enough of me to immortalize me at this school. Thank you so much. That's all I got.
Thank you, Sid, for the great memories that you certainly gave us and all Spider fans. Hey, how about one more time? A huge Spider round of applause. 2023 University of Richmond Hall of Famers.